Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Loach here with another episode of Build Your Legacy podcast. In this episode, we talk about vision. Establishing that foresight for your expected future. It's really important to have vision. When you're going forward, you got to know where you're going, right? So we're gonna talk about it more. Got my boy Alex, got my girl Ashley. It was a lovely chat, man. I hope y'all enjoy it. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share this with a friend who's building their legacy as well. Let's build our legacy together, guys. Without further ado, here's the video, man. Ghost Gang, y'all have a good weekend. Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Loach. Welcome to Build Your Legacy podcast. We got,
I'm the co-star right here, Alex Reyes.
and Ghost Gang.
Ashley.
Ghost Gang coming together, giving you some more motivation for the week. It's Friday's episode 7. We just really excited, to talk to y'all. It's been a minute since y'all seen Alex.
Yo, what's up, guys?
Where you been, Alex?
Where you been, bro?
Just been grinding, y'all. I've been hustling, doing my thing out here. You know how it is. You sometimes have to leave an absence so they can appreciate your presence a little bit more, you know?
Yeah.
There you go.
But hey, guys, we're just been hustling out here. Very, very humbled to be back on episode 7 with these guys. So, guys,
Lit.
what's been happening with y'all, man? Please talk to us real quick.
Special announcement. So this month I'm dropping my very first EP. It's like my first body of work that I actually releasing to the public. I worked on many bodies of work in the past, but this is the first one that actually coming out. So February the 24th, that's a Friday, and
Lock it in on your calendar.
we dropping EP is called Mood Ring. So y'all be on the lookout for that.
Mood
man.
Ring. Hey, bro, tell the people a little bit about it. Like, why that name?
Mood rings?
Yeah.
Okay, so mood rings, like, if you're familiar with a mood ring, it's like a ring you put on your finger and it kind of change colors based off of like how you feeling.
Yep.
And so like the songs that we putting on the EP is supposed to like invoke like a certain kind of mood, like whether that be like heartbreak or like feeling happy, like finding your boo, like it's the mood ring. It changes colors as you go through the experience. So I can't wait for y'all to hear it, man. It's gonna be dope. Ashley is on there, so.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, bet.
Yes,
All right.
yes,
It's been a
yes.
while since I heard Ashley's song.
Yes.
All right, bet. And, like, how many tracks is it going to be on there?
It's gonna be 4 tracks.
4 tracks.
Yeah.
Okay, so short EP. Hey, but it's going to
EP.
bring a massive
Extended play.
extended play. Okay. Already.
If you didn't know what EP stand for, EP stands for extended play.
Yeah, but now I do.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
Learn something new every day.
And then LP means like long play. So like,
Long play.
so
Okay.
usually like LP is like 30 minutes or more.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was that
And,
like 10
like,
songs?
for this one, like, is it going to be, like, what can the people expect as far as the energy goes?
Oh, R&B vibes.
R&B?
R&B
Hey,
vibes.
man, you talking about that slow motion.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah. This one definitely like more catered towards the ladies. You know what I'm saying on this one. So
Shout out to the ladies out there.
There's one
And please stay tuned for this
Well,
album. Y'all gonna be jamming something
it's
to
Valentine's Day,
Already.
the week before it come out. So
You're gonna love it, guys.
All right.
Promise
Okay. Hell yeah.
Promise.
Can't wait to listen to it.
yes.
Okay. You want to go based off the vision? So
Yeah, okay. So today's topic, we're gonna talk about vision. So we've been getting our wisdom in for the week. We've been soaking in the game, right? So vision, the definition of vision is what we learn a preferred outcome for the future, right? So whenever we set to do something great, we need to first establish the vision. It all starts with vision, right? Last episode we talked about why. You have your reasoning why. Then from why you go to the vision, right? You see, where do I want to go? Where do I see myself in a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, right? So we establish that vision, and then from there on, we can start to set goals. We can start to do all kind of things to accomplish our dreams, right? To build our legacy.
Right on. Cool. And just for the people who are watching this too, we talk a lot about that on here, like just about trying to build your legacy and what are the steps that you should be taking to be doing that. So for today, guys, I did write out just some notes out here to give to the people to get them started on that vision
Okay.
and just to help them out. So there's 12 points that we're gonna get to today. So yeah, guys, just listen up and see if this is gonna be resonating with you. So I think the most important thing, the first thing to start when it comes to vision, is to ask yourself a lot of questions because it's your vision, right? You really have to be honest with yourself on these things.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one would be, what are your passions and interests? What do you do on your free time? All right. So I don't know if you guys want to speak on that a little bit.
Yeah. So let's talk about Ghost Gang. It's a perfect platform, right? So I spoke about this a few episodes back, but I'll speak about it again. So pretty much when I came up with Ghost Gang, what I wanted to do was to create a platform that wasn't necessarily a rap collective or a music collective meant for like the church, but it wasn't necessarily meant for like the world either. It wasn't for people like in the streets like doing crime. Like if you look at Ghost Gang, we don't talk about violence, we don't talk about drugs, we don't talk about any kind of like negativity. We always positive and we always, you know, Christ forward and Christ centered, but not necessarily fully for the church. We're not spitting Bible verses or anything like that.
You know.
And so Ghost Gang was a perfect medium for that, right? So our dreams and ambition is 100% centered within music and culture. And we see ourselves reaching the lost people, you know, the people that's kind of in the middle, you know.
For sure. Okay. And yeah, definitely that already, and that in itself is something that you did on your free time, on everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ghost Gang has been a devotion to everything you've been doing.
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes,
guys.
yes.
Kind of like brought it full circle, you know.
Yeah, so guys, definitely find out what your passion is. If it's music, if it's talking to people, if it's fitness or anything like that, find what is it that you're most passionate about in life.
What bothers you guys? Like, what I was talking to Alex about this week is the thing that you're gonna do the greatest in, the area that you're gonna be the greatest in is what bothers you the most, right? When you look at a issue or you look at a system, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say you look at like the medical field and you see an issue in the medical field and you think you could do something better, right? That's what your passion is. This is what your purpose is. This is what you're here to accomplish, right? So take a real deep dive inside yourself, guys, and see what bothers you. What do I care about? And what really gets to me? You know, the breaking of family, right? Like you could have had something traumatic happen in your family. You want to help families, so use your pain or use whatever you've experienced to expand. You know, to go out into the world to help, right?
Yep. So that would go on to the next thing. It's so crazy that you just said that. So the next one would be, guys, what are your strengths and talents? What do you excel and feel confident in? So definitely, like, that goes into what you were saying right now. Like, find what your weaknesses are. Like, what are you doing that for, you know? And what your strengths are. Well, something my coach always says, don't apologize for your strength. Use it to your advantage.
Yeah.
No matter what strength that you might have, like if it's talking, if it's drawing, if it's making some sort of just EPs, laying out some sort of musical impact, find out what your strengths and weaknesses are. That would really help out.
I think also too is like don't apologize for your weaknesses either, you know, because that's something you learn to turn into a strength, right?
Yeah.
And then what was I gonna say? Turn your weaknesses basically just show you that we're human at the same time.
Okay.
I don't know. I lost. Yeah.
That was good. That was good. Hey, spare fingers right there, guys. Spare fingers right there. Okay. And I would say the next thing would be also, guys, to find your vision. What do you believe is your purpose in life? What do you want to contribute to the world? And you know, again, this is a cycle that is always asked, but like really, you gotta ask yourself, what do you want to bring to the world? Like, is it more positivity? Because honestly, I think that's all we really want to do sometimes, at all times, is to bring some sort of goodness to the world, right? So I would agree. Find something good that can bring a value to the world, because that's always gonna get you in the right position in life. Always, every single time. If you're following like a good purpose, it's gonna propel you to something.
Yeah. Be led by purpose, right?
Yes.
Like the purpose, we talked about that. Like your why, that's your purpose, right? So find that purpose, guys. Like really, like I feel like it's like an internal meditation thing, right? Like that's how we truly find our purpose, right? You look out and you look at the world, and then you look at yourself, right? and you examine yourself and you say, what am I here? What am I meant here to do? I mean, what am I here to do? You know, like really. And then you just kind of like, you kind of go with it, guys. Like follow your heart, follow your passion, follow like what's driving you.
Definitely find what makes you happy and fulfilled too. What gives you a sense of meaning, you know? So whatever it may be, that inside meditation will really help you get that answer for yourself. Because some people aren't aware of what their purpose is until maybe later on in life.
They're kind of just
they're kind of just
there.
They're kind of just drifting through life.
Yeah.
You know, and I think we've all been there. You know, we can't figure out our next step. So that's one of the things you just have to be completely honest with yourself about what is it that makes you completely happy. You know, and then what are you gonna do to achieve that happiness? Because something I always say is like, I don't think you can find happiness if you don't go through pain, if you don't go through trauma.
Ooh.
You gotta go through that stuff so you can eventually find what is it that makes you, you know, what breaks you. You know, finding out those little things about yourself, it's gonna play a big part.
And that's crazy because I had a conversation with somebody today. He was in the military, and I told him, I was like, man, I don't know how you do it, because the reason I never wanted to go to the military is because I couldn't deal with somebody yelling at me and like kind of, I guess, pushing me to my breaking point. But what he was saying is like him going through that created a bond with his brothers, right? With his teammates, basically. And like you got to see their vulnerable side. You got to know, like, okay, we saw them at their lowest, so I know what they're capable of.
Yes.
And I think that was like, that was kind of like brought my whole perspective too. Is like, you can't take offense to when they're yelling at you, because they have a purpose behind it. It's to build you. It's to weave out the weak, because if you can't handle that, then you can't handle fighting for your country, basically.
You can't handle protecting the people you love.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like, but you also learn about yourself too. Like, oh wow, like I can handle a lot more than I thought I could, because he just pushed me to this whole limit. I never knew I could even get here. And now you can reflect back on that when you're in a different situation. Be like, I can get through anything.
Like, man, this ain't nothing. Man,
For real.
this ain't shit to me.
Remember that one time? You were drowning in the
go
ocean, like you did fine.
Yeah, now we're here, bro. This is a breeze. So definitely going through that pain is gonna also land you in a spot of gratitude too. You gotta be grateful for what you've been through, so you can later on appreciate the things that led you to that position that you are now in life.
And take that daily gratitude.
Yeah, definitely. And look, also something that people would consider going into their vision is, what do you admire and look up to? What qualities do those certain people that you look up to embody that you would like to cultivate in yourself? And we've talked about this in a previous episode, where look up to people that are in the position that you want to be in life, and use that and embody that into your own thing. Some people will call it trying to manifest it, but something that I could probably say is something that was always put into me when I was younger, and is always be the best at what you're doing at that given moment. It doesn't matter if you're flipping burgers at McDonald's. It doesn't matter if you're doing construction out in the field and working long ass hours. Be a badass at what you're doing. Be the absolute best, because that's the only thing that you can do at that given moment. Be the best. Be the best at what you do. So that's one thing. I don't know if you want to talk about that.
Plus, it makes you enjoy it more too. You know, like it's about like walking into your job and like, oh man, I gotta go to work, gotta do this, gotta do that. Instead of like, all right, I get to go to work. I'm gonna make it fun. I'm gonna talk to my coworkers, kind of hype them up a little bit. We're gonna get this, come up with a whole plan, and just like.
Right.
It's just like your attitude makes all the difference.
Attitude is everything.
Attitude is key.
Attitude is key. Very much so. Like, I think Mike Tyson said it best. Like, when it comes to doing the workouts that he would do, is the discipline. Discipline is doing something that you hate to do, but act like you love it.
Yep.
because like honestly, you gotta have that attitude towards it. Like,
Yeah.
I hate laying down brick, but I know it's gonna pay off.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
shit, you know. So
If I have a good attitude, then you know
Yeah.
I might trick myself
Then-
into thinking I love
then
it.
it won't feel like a job. It won't
Yeah.
feel like a chore. It feels like, all right, this is my duty. I get to go to work.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah.
Now your whole perspective is different now. Like, I get to go to work. Most people don't have jobs.
Yeah.
You know. So
A lot of people live in, you know, third world countries where, you know, these same
Bro.
opportunities are, you know,
guys,
It's
there.
a dream.
yeah.
Guys, there are people out there that would kill to be in your position right now. Like, just, like, actually, like, kill to be right here, right now, sitting down, like, with a roof over their head, with food in their stomach. Like, we have it way too easy.
we do.
We
We
do,
do.
We have it way too easy.
We do.
So honestly, like, this whole country has made it to not even the weakest link will lose.
Mhm. Well, and I like we get to. I think there should be more emphasis on that because I think the mic fell.
Wait, hold on.
Everything's falling, guys.
It's all good. Technical difficulties, y'all. Technical difficulties. You will look back on this episode and be like, wow, okay, now these guys increase their game.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. We got to do it all ourselves right now, guys. Sorry.
It's all good. Work with what you got.
Yes, we got to start somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I put on there today. We all started somewhere,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
where we're going that matters. You know.
That's right.
All
That's the
started
challenge.
somewhere. But no, yeah, I think the get to. Ooh, yeah. I think the get to is really important because that goes back to the gratitude. Like, you know, when you do your schedule or you think about the things that you have to do, it puts more pressure on it. But if you look at it like, okay, well, I get to go to work, I get to make dinner, you know, I get to hang out with kids, I get to drive my car. It's like, it makes you value it more. Like, that's something that, like you guys said, not everybody has, not everybody gets to do a lot of the things that we kind of just take for granted.
Yeah.
So it's like toning in on that gratitude. You just thinking about like, hey, look at all the things you get to do because there's people, you know, the people can't walk, people don't even have electricity sometimes, you know. So you gotta thinking about that. Just I think will change your perspective instantly.
Very much so.
Yeah. And you can't really get to a place where you resent, right? So like a quote that I hear a lot is like you know how people look at rich people and they kind of resent them, right? And they look at abundance or wealth as like a bad thing, right? You can't really get to the next level if you have that mindset that, oh, this is something I'm ungrateful for, because like the way the world kind of works is, you know, we find gratitude and contentment in the stage of our life that we're in right now, and then we progress into the next season, right? You're not learning your lesson if you're still on the stage and hating the stage that you're on. You know, you kind of graduate from stage to stage, right, like that, right? But yeah, guys, just, you know, we talked about this, just being grateful, like wherever you are. Definitely.
Ground yourself in gratitude. Ground yourself in gratitude. For sure.
Watch how everything changes.
Yeah. Definitely.
Seriously.
One other thing, like also to contribute to the vision. One last note, it would be, what do you want your future to look like? What do you want to be doing, and what do you want to have accomplished?
And write it down.
Write it down.
Write it down.
Write
the Bible
down.
say write it down. Write your vision down. Make it plain. You know.
Yep.
So like, whatever you're trying to do, whatever you want to accomplish, let's make it practical. Let's make it okay. So for me, right? Say I want to get a certain number of streams or followers or whatever. Okay, well, how can I do that? I can reach out to people, right? This is just an example. I can reach out to people one-on-one, you know, and then it compounds, right? So I'm going to take actionable steps. Okay, I'm going to text this person today. I'm going to reach out to this person today. I'm going to follow this person and comment under their post today, right? So whatever you want to do, say you want to be, you know, a trainer, right? I'm gonna reach out to a certain amount of people today. I'm gonna put out my content for my personal training page. I'm gonna do all the things that I know to do to get me to that stage, right? To the next level. So it like having the vision and also making the vision real, guys. Like don't just keep it in your head. Don't just keep it this is just something like if it's just in your head, it's a dream. If it's just in your head, that's all it is. It's an imagination. But once you write it down and you take steps toward it, that's a vision. You're going somewhere. Yeah. Right.
Dream versus goals.
Dream versus goals.
Dreams versus goals.
Dream versus goals. It's like
dream.
I forgot the name of the officer who said this, but he says what you do and what you think about every day is what you will eventually become. So you think about success every single day. You think about getting money every single day. You think about getting love every single day. You're gonna get it. It's one way or another. God will repay you for your hard work and everything that you think about, because all those thoughts that you think about are going to become reality. You just really got to work for it. You got to like really put every fiber of your being into it, and it's going to become reality, guys. Sooner or later it will. And just what he was saying about have your short-term vision, because I think that's what you're trying to say. Have a short-term vision and a long-term vision. Okay. Example would be I'm trying to lose 10 pounds of body fat. Cool. All right. That would be your short term, and what are you going to do to achieve that? And your long term would be eventually, I just want to be healthy. So write that out and really put the work into it.
Yeah. And they have something called like SMART goals, right? Like specific, measurable, right? Actionable. What's the R? Help me out.
Man. I think it's reachable. Yeah.
Is it reachable?
Reachable, and what would be the
time?
Time. Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
But
don't quote us on this, guys. We're gonna try to go and
we're gonna give it to you. I know a lot of people do SMART goals. I listen to Darius Daniels. He does bag goals, a big audacious goal. So write down something big. Write down something that takes faith. That takes like
like you're gonna open up your own company.
Yeah, your current self. You can't see your current self doing it, but you have to like. It's not about necessarily yourself now doing it. It's about becoming the person who is capable of doing it, right? So by setting these big goals, we're transforming ourselves into new people that are able to do this thing, right? That's what vision is all about. Having that foresight.
Yes. Having that belief also in yourself.
I don't know, but I found these results in search.
That's one thing.
See, Google want to put in her
info.
Google don't even know what it means, y'all. So
What did she even search?
Definitely do y'all's research on this.
Oh man, this is hilarious. Well, I think you had another one on there. It was about challenges. Yeah. Right. Because I think that's important too. We want to we're thinking about our vision and the goals, but you don't realize you're gonna face many challenges. You're gonna face many times where maybe you don't necessarily achieve that goal in the right timing, or you maybe it's not as easy as you thought it would. You feel the need to give up and things like that. So
but never give up, guys.
Never give up.
Never give up.
Never give up.
The only difference between winners and losers is a winner plays until he wins.
For real. Losers quit too early.
Quit too early. Don't be a quitter. There is nothing more than somebody who quits. Yeah. Don't be a quitter, because that already shows. Say you're in a position that you're a boss. You see a quitter, I can't take this guy seriously. Yeah. He's gonna quit on me. Why do I need him around for? So that already shows a lot about your character. Yeah. So.
But even if you are somebody who you consider a quitter, it's not too late until you're dead, man. So even if you're down 3 years, if you haven't done something in 3 years, if you've been off your fitness 10 years, right, it's never too late. You can hop back in and just take those actionable steps, do something small, and then go for the bigger things.
You just gotta want it. I think what was it? Something I read too. He was saying if you really want to do something, all the no's won't stop you, right? So no matter how many times you get rejected or someone tells you no, you'll know you really want it because you'll keep trying.
Yep.
And you'll keep going for it.
You're consistent with your plan.
Yeah.
Really consistent with your plan. Just like right here, guys, we're consistent with this. We're gonna bring you guys the best damn episodes that you can possibly imagine in these upcoming. Hey, stay tuned for more. Stay tuned for more.
Getting better every time.
Well, let's make a little shift, guys. I want to talk about some current events, man. There's been a lot of stuff going down, like the Grammys. Did you catch up with the Grammys?
I saw the Grammys. I definitely saw what they were talking about.
So, What'd you think? What do you think about the Grammys? Man?
I think that, man, honestly, I think there's a lot of evil shit going on behind those things. I think that nowadays the artists who go up and be successful really are selling their souls.
You believe in the Illuminati, bro?
I don't believe in the Illuminati, but I believe in the sense that there are people out there who are very high above that will do anything to put evil into the world. I think that it would be nonsense for people to not take note of what's happening, because honestly, just like in the Christian faith, the devil's everywhere, right? He will use any means to get at you, and that's true right now through the music. That's how they're affecting the youth. Through everything that's going on right now. And yeah, man, there's a lot of evil shit going on in the world. So I think we should always be aware of what's going on around us.
Be aware of the times, guys. Be wise of the times. Like one thing I learned just from Christian faith is just like, so God is omnipresent, right? Like God can be literally everywhere at every time, at all times, right? But the devil, Satan, he's not omnipresent. He can only be in one place at one time, right? So in order for him to be at one place at one time and still influence the world, he has to reach mediums, reach the masses, right? So how do we come across the masses? We come across the masses in media, music, entertainment, like Hollywood. Like, it's crazy that America or Hollywood influences so much of the world. Like, it's just like you look like Bollywood, that's
man,
Hollywood.
Bollywood ain't nothing.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, or if you go to another place, even our companies, right? Like Google, like YouTube, stuff like that. It just influenced so much of the world. It's crazy.
Have you ever been curious of why here in America is the number one place, or it seems like it's the main attraction of these things going on? Because I have a theory. And what I would think
What's your theory?
it is, theory is because I think because there's a lot of different cultures going on around here in the United States, right? You got people from all over the world that move here, so now you have more access to people all around the world. These people have families all around the world, right? Overseas and things like that. So America is that melting pot that you can say this is the main attraction where everything is going on. And so that's why they target a lot here. Yeah, man, because I hear people from Japan coming over here, and they don't see the same shit that we see over there. Yeah. Their whole thing is different.
A lot of stuff is more censored.
Yeah, it's more censored.
I think also, to track on what you're saying is, it's freedom of speech, too. Freedom to the press. You can pretty much put whatever you want out there.
Yeah.
And not only that.
And you can make a business almost doing anything.
Anything. Yeah, and it could be... there's freaking Nazi meetings that happen all the time, and open to the public, and it's people are okay with that.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
And one thing I can say here as well, and this plays into I won't say a religious standpoint, but America now has gone to a point where Christianity is made fun of. It's not respected. In other countries from around the world, like for example in Romania, there's churches there that are almost 5,000 years old. They grew up in that tradition. So when they keep that tradition alive, if you ever look at other countries that are very, very religious as far in their faith, there are no crimes because they have those morals and beliefs going against them.
Yeah,
fewer crimes. Yeah. But it's less prone here in America, right?
Yeah.
Now it's made fun of here. There's no respect for it. There's no respect for, I would say, an authority bigger than yourself. Because when you have some sort of authority, I'm not saying God is the all ruler of all things, right? Which he let me phrase that. He is. He is. So now that authority, you have that what they would call that fear of God in you. Because when you're scared of something, you respect it, right? I'm not saying that they had to. As a Christian, you don't have to force feed anything down somebody's throat. You know, that's the beauty of God. That's your relationship with you and Him. So we don't have that structure here no more. So that's why a lot of this stuff is going on.
Yeah.
If that all makes sense, y'all. Anybody watching you, man?
Alex theory,
That's my theory.
America is crumbling.
I'm saying, man, it's.
I think, yeah.
I definitely, like, as far as like the Illuminati or like powers that be, I definitely feel like the world is evil, bro. Like, no matter where we go, like, whether it be in Africa, Europe, Asia, Japan, Australia, the world is evil. You're gonna find like it's gonna be murder, it's gonna be jealousy, it's gonna be, just everything under the sun that is considered sinful to God, right? Like, the world is just evil. So it's just like the either we're going in one or two directions. We're going closer to God or further away from God, right? So it's just like the further and further away the culture gets from God, the more we engage in certain activities like rituals, or like we do with the satanic church. Their motto is "Do as thou wilt," do what you want. So we do what we want, when we go away from God, because there's no authority over us to tell us what is right, what is wrong. So we determine within our own heart, oh, this is right and this is wrong.
I think another thing is like the gluttony, right? Everybody just wants more and more and more. They want money. Everybody wants to have money and power. Everybody wants to be the best, and it's like the only way for you to get more and more of that is to, you're not gonna follow God, right? You're gonna be turned away from Him, because you actually have to sacrifice.
Yeah.
In order to be closer to God.
Yeah.
Whereas people don't want to sacrifice. People don't want to give up money. They don't want to give up fame and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, so I think that's what pushes people away from it too.
Yeah. I feel like people try to get it for themselves versus letting God give it to them, right? Because God, He gives you, God will give you money. Like, money is nothing to God. Like, God will give you power. God will, but it's in His will and His timing. Like, He has to know your heart and your motives behind it. He's like, if you have evil motives, if God gives you something, you're just gonna use it for evil, right? So it's just like,
why give it to you?
It's just like understanding the world. Like, I feel like people kind of freak out over the Grammys or whatever happens in life, but it's just like, this is the world. Like, this is what we expect of the world. Like, if it happened within the church, oh, we should go crazy, because it's in church. But it's like, if it's in the world, like, that's what it is. Like, we can't expect the world to be holy if they don't, it's not the church.
Yeah. Also be aware about the things that you do. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm the most perfect guy, right? I still do things like, but all in all, if you have those good intentions to yourself, like, because I know people who people would classify as sinners and stuff, but they still do good in their family. They still go to work every day. They still do what they have to do in order to put food on the table and things like that. They drink and smoke, but I don't think that can judge anybody by their character, really. Maybe just something that you like to do. But be aware, like, don't overindulge. I think that's what the thing with the whole thing that you said about with the gluttony thing. Have a balance to yourself, man.
Yeah.
Like don't overdo it. Like, God gave us these things in abundance, but don't overuse it. That's just my personal thing.
Yeah, I would just say just have everything subject to God. Like consider God in all things, because
for sure
the Bible says that God has the best intentions for you, the best plans.
And just like you said, this whole world is full of evil, right? So already, for the people who are out there watching this, if there's evil in the world, if that's the devil in its play, so when you think that there's a good side too, because there's a balance in the world, right? There can't be evil without good.
Yeah.
It's definitely evil in the world. I don't see how people don't think it's not evil in the world, right? It's like,
there is.
I heard somebody say that the other day. It's like everybody's just good or trying to do their best, but it's obviously evil in the world. Like for example, like Uvalde, like that really hit my soul, bro. Cause it's like Uvalde was crazy, bro. Like that's Uvalde alone is the example why it's evil in the world. You know, it's just like it's so much stuff that goes around. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, what can we do, like other than trusting God? Like we can't do anything of our own, like action or of our own will to save the world. Like even like if we all collectively as men came together to do something, I feel like the world would still be flawed. But I mean, some people would just say that's my limited perspective. But I believe personally that, you know, if we put our trust in the God like everybody did, then it would just be more of like a perfect world. But I think that's what He's creating the world to be. Like He's evolving it that way. It may not look that way from the natural eye, but if we have trust and faith in Him, then we see.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Have that trust and faith.
What else is coming up? The Super Bowl coming up.
I'm sure you'll see some crazy commercials or something.
I can't speak on the Super Bowl, bro.
You don't watch football?
I really don't watch football like that.
I don't watch football either, man.
I watch football, but I don't watch football.
Like, why don't you watch football, bro?
It just never it was a sport that appealed to me, you know.
Yeah.
It never caught my interest, you know.
Yeah.
Just I guess it just never came. Again, I like football. I don't like football.
Not American football.
My favorite soccer team. It would have to be besides the Mexican League itself. It would have to be a team called Cruz Azul. That's my family's team. So I kind of grew up into, you know.
Hey, look at what he holds his head. Like, that's my family's team.
Yeah. They've been losing, but I still gotta wear it with pride, you know. So
he held his head with pride.
Yeah, you know, just like you know.
He's like, this is my family.
Hey, be prideful.
That's cool.
Yeah. Gotta support your team.
Yeah, not for sure.
Yeah, but the Super Bowl's coming up. I know that's gonna be a big thing for just the people who do watch it. You know, again, like I think sports really do bring people together.
Yeah.
It always amazes me how much money is made off of sports.
Oh,
Like,
sports a religion, man. That's a religion all of itself, bro.
Yeah, well, it's a business.
It's a business.
No, but it's
more than business, bro.
You're making like $42 million a year. Like,
they generated it though, yeah.
My gosh.
So,
and it's honestly like, it's crazy when you look at it, because a lot of people who play contact sports, they have a lot of issues. They got a lot of PTSD and like from the head injuries, they end up pretty like either violent or like with physical disabilities and things like that. It's like, is it really worth it?
Oh, hey.
42 million, I don't know.
I mean,
now you're gonna like kill your girlfriend.
That goes back to like,
no, it's not worth it.
Yeah, well, you know, that goes back to like the whole thing we were talking about earlier. Like, you know, how much do you love what you do? You know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Hey, if that's your passion. That's your passion. Like, go for it. If you believe that's, you know, because God used everybody. You know, God used people in football, people in entertainment, people in nursing offices, whatever it may be, plumbers. You know, like we need everybody. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you know, do you, boo boo. You know what I'm saying? Do you?
Everybody got a role, man.
Be the best you that you can be.
How do you guys feel about like knowing that the next generation, like their dreams and desires are to become like a famous football player or an influencer on TikTok or something like that? You know, like that seems to be like a lot of their dreams nowadays.
Yeah, like I feel like I'm all for ambition as long as it's like a purpose behind it. I feel like a lot of people like they say like I forgot how this quote went, but just like people do bad things based off of good intentions. You know, like you can have like your own intention about something and it can cause like so much destruction, right? Because like I feel like a lot of people who want to do things like be a rapper or be like an influencer or football player, it's for their own glory, right? It's for like sometimes, most of the time, I feel like it's for their own glory. Some people, they just look at it, oh, this is my way out. Like I know a lot of kids like in the hood, like they go to football or something because they see this is the only way that people make it out the hood. Like, you know, they play football or they play basketball or they're rappers or something like that, other than like drug dealers or something like on the negative side. But it's like their vision, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, I feel like when we set platforms like this, when we talk about different things, whether it be like carpentry, right, or like nursing or whatever it may be, it kind of opens up that perspective. Like, you don't have to be a superstar football player to make it out the hood. You know, like you can live what people call a normal life, but
and still be impactful.
Like, what is a normal life? Like, it's your life.
That's right.
Your life is not normal. Like, don't let nobody tell you that your life is normal, because, you know, we all have a unique purpose and plan on this earth to do something, and it may be in a field that's wide, but still you're unique within yourself. So I just hate the culture that we live in nowadays, where it's just like, oh, you got to be making 6 figures to be in a
somebody.
relationship with me or whatever.
Yeah.
To have love, to have a woman or whatever it may be for men. I don't know what they tell women
Gotta
nowadays.
be physically fit and beautiful all
Yeah,
the time.
but it's just like you're special, you know, like, don't let people devalue you based off the things that you have, you know. But you have you are the treasure, guys. Like, you are, like, it's within you. You have to find it within yourself. Some people don't implement it, you know. They act insecure, they act like jealous, or they looking over the fence versus looking at what they have.
Yeah. Yep.
I hear you.
That was good.
That was good.
It's true.
For Sven.
It is true. It's like, but it's like the standards of society. It goes back to like what's put in the media, what's put on social media too. It's
propaganda.
Like, yeah, it's like people saying there's such a mental health issue these days, but it's like, look what we're feeding ourselves all the time. We're worried about being skinny and like, you know, trying to have a big butt or like a perfect like. There's no such thing as perfection, you know, like, it's unattainable. And the people who have it, they paid for that. Like, it's not real. It's not perfect, and it's not real. And they won't even tell you that they did it, you know, because they're ashamed that they were so insecure with themselves that they had to go change how they looked, you know. And it's like it's giving you feel like it's attainable, but we're never gonna reach it. So just be yourself and love who you are, love what you have, and don't ever let anybody make you feel bad about what you want to do or what you look like or how you carry yourself. Because I think like we definitely kind of let that get into our heads sometimes, you know.
Love yourself, guys.
Yeah, love yourself
Self-love.
at all times.
The worst mistake you can do in your life, guys, is to care what other people think about you.
Yes.
Is to how's that person's opinion on you ever gonna affect your performance? Like, that's always been something very, to me, like, it's just very ridiculous. Because, like, again, those are words. You're really gonna let those words affect you? Like, come on now. You gotta be able to stand strong and believe in yourself. Always be confident.
Like, at the end of the day, do those people even really care?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, they don't really care. So why should you care about what they think?
And if they're not paying your bills, they ain't helping you get money, man. Like, honestly,
not your mom.
I'm saying, like,
even your mama.
you should not care, man. Like, honestly, yeah.
Like,
it's supposed to be.
Live that carefree life. I mean, care about yourself, but don't care about the opinions of others.
No. Seriously, guys.
And be open to criticism too, you know. It's like,
oh yeah.
I mean, I'm talking to myself in this too, because, like, you know, I'll get criticized and I'll take offense to it, but it's like, if someone really cares about you, they're gonna tell you what you can do better too, to like better yourself, you know. And it's like, take it into consideration as well. Like, sometimes people are trying to help you too, and I feel like we can tend to take offense to the wrong things sometimes.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely. You know, that's that little voice in your head telling, nah, don't listen to this guy. Mm-hmm. But, you know, they're probably telling you for a reason. Yeah. You know, like, hey, bro, you're fat, lose some weight. All right, you're telling me for a reason.
I mean, but if it's a stranger telling you that, But if it's like someone that cares about you, it's
Yeah. Like, so don't ever take that. Don't take things personal. Learn how not to take things personal, guys.
Yeah.
Like, also, again, it goes
That's
back
hard
to
to do, man.
it does, but again,
it's
it
hard
goes back
to
to
do.
the thing like don't care what people think, man. They ain't living your life. They don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So
that's my thoughts on it.
I have a little closing point. So with everything that I feel like that we talk about or we implement, I feel like the number one hardest thing to do, especially I'm reading a book right now. Shout out to Dave Ramsey.
Hey.
We're reading
Changing Your Life.
the Total Money Makeover, right? So one thing that he preaches in this is just like we know we can be full of wisdom and full of knowledge, right? But we have to like put action to it, right? I feel like I was in the Uber ride one time and I was taking this guy and I always listen to like motivation whenever I'm riding my Uber, and one of the points that the motivational speaker gave was just do it. And the guy in my car, he got so freaking mad because he was like, I hate when people give advice like that, like just do it, right? But that's the best advice because it's just like you can get all the principles in the world, right? You can get all the wisdom. You can come to this podcast and you can listen to us talk to you for hours, right? But it's just like, do it, guys. Like actually go out there and do it. Like try, like with this podcast, like it's something we could have just talked about, right? It's something we could have just been like, oh yeah, this is a good idea, right? But if we never like put any kind of effort or action, even with the things and the resources that we have, we could have waited till we got better camera. We could have waited till we, till we were just in a better position. But it's just like, no, we're gonna take action and do this because you need this, right? And so just think about the people that will be changed by you, be changed by your greatness, right? As I level up, I know I'm not gonna be the only one that's affected by that. I know it's not just gonna be my kids, right? It's gonna be all of you plus more. And it's just like how selfish of me would it be if I just talked about it and didn't do it, right? Like it's so many people that need our help, that need your help, guys. And so it's just like, let's do it. Let's get to action. Let's work. Let's take those steps. Let's take one step. Even if we can't go a foot, let's go an inch, right? So it's just like, just do it, guys. Like that's the best advice ever. Just do it.
Do it.
Nike.
Just do it. We're not sponsored,
man.
Not yet.
Take those actions, guys. Take those actions. You don't know where you're gonna end up.
Yeah.
You just don't know where life will take you until you just do it.
Do it.
And build your legacy.
Build your legacy. That's another episode for you guys. Build Your Legacy podcast, episode 7.
Already.
It's your boy Loach.
It's Ashley.
And my name's Alex Reyes, man.
And we'll see y'all next time.
Stay
And
hustling out here, y'all.
happy Friday. Y'all enjoy y'all weekend, man. Be safe. Enjoy the Super Bowl. And we out here. Peace out. Ghost Gang.
Already.
Hey.